Today, we are going to be looking at a product of Birmingham City's West Hills Academy. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am frankly FM84, and today we are back with another player profile video. This time around, I've picked a player from my home city of Birmingham. He is a youth product from Birmingham's West Hills Academy, and he became Birmingham's youngest ever player at 16 years and 38 days. Before we get into today's player profile, if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to hit the button. We have plenty more player profiles, as well as our two main play-along saves on the channel. If you plan to try and raid Dortmund for him, if you're already using him in your save, hit the thumbs up button and let me know your opinion on Jude Bellingham in the comments section down below. So, as I've just mentioned, today's player profile is on Jude Bellingham, a name who will be known for his blockbuster move from Birmingham to Dortmund at such a young age. So let's see why Birmingham rated him so highly that they retired his squad number when he left the club. The first thing that you may notice about Jude Bellingham is that he's still a 17-year-old at the start of the game. He has a professional personality and his media description is a midfielder. He has plenty of room to grow at the club. He starts off with a 2.5-star current ability with a 5-star potential ability. According to the game, his best role is probably Mazzala in the middle of the field. However, he can move and play out wide and also fulfill a number of roles within the team. So let's have a quick look over his technical stats. He has dribbling of 14, finishing of 12, first touch of 13, passing of 13, and a technique of 13. His mental stats are all solid. He has mainly teens across the board. And in terms of his physical, he's a quick player with 14 pace and acceleration and 13 in the way of stamina. So when you add all of that in, he's just a 17-year-old. He can play numerous positions. And when we use him in our future sim, we are going to play him as a Mazzala in the centre of the field. So before we get into that, I've put together some clips just to show you a few highlights of what Jude Bellingham is about in the game. Let's take a look at those. Here we go then. So in this first clip, the ball gets played to Bellingham on the edge of the box. He looks up, takes a touch just inside the area, and then makes his mind up pretty early he's going to fire the ball and has a great finish. With this next clip, the ball is thrown to him out wide, uses his strength to hold the defender off and turn, and then with his vision he whips the ball across the field into the path of his teammate, who puts it away superbly. In this next clip, the ball is out wide. You can see that Bellingham is in the middle of the pitch thanks to the fact he's got himself a booking. As the ball comes to him on the edge of the box, again he sees what's in front of him, hits a right-footed shot, goes in off the post with another great finish. You can see here that Bellingham's just gone out of shot. He's broke forward, receives the ball, he then stops to assess what's in front of him. He's going to pick out a little deft pass into the path of Leroy Sané, takes a touch and beats the goalkeeper, and he's provided him with a brilliant assist using his vision. In the final piece of match footage, you're going to see him pick the ball up in the midfield. He drives towards the defenders, he then halts, and as you can see there's a player running in. However, instead of just laying it first time, he waits for the man to get close to the ball, lays it into his path, and then he sets up the goal superbly. The final thing that I did to assess Jude Bellingham was set up a little simulation of 3 years. We're going to skip ahead and show you what happened in that simulation. He will spend 2 years at Dortmund, where he begins the save, and then he will jump to Bayern Munich, which is what all Dortmund players seem to do eventually anyway, to end the video there. Going to show you also what happened in terms of his transfers, how he ended up getting there. As you could see, Dortmund demanded £232 million for the player. That's how highly they regard him. Obviously, he's spending £25 million on him in real life. We, though, managed to broker a deal with Bayern Munich that took him there for £100 million up front and £50 million in instalments over 3 years. So let's have a little look at how he turned out at the end of the 3 years and how his development has grown. Okay, so we have jumped forward to the 1st of June 2023, so we are approximately 28 days away from Jude Bellingham's 20th birthday. As you can see, he has completed his 2 years at Dortmund. He has just completed a full season at Bayern Munich. And let's have a little scratch at these stats. So, in terms of his technicals, his dribbling has improved. He's up to 15. His finishing is up to 13. His first touch has stayed the same. However, his passing and his technique have both improved. In terms of his mentals, his vision is now an impressive 17. His off the ball is an impressive 15. And he has a big improvement across all of his mental attributes in that column. His physicals, again, he has improved everywhere. He has especially improved his pace. He's up to 16. He has impressive agility, which is also 16. And his acceleration is up to 15. In terms of the player that he has become, as you can see, his media description is now reading Wonderkid. His personality is professional. He has now become a 3.5 star reputation player. His current ability is still only at 3 stars. His potential ability is now 3.5 stars, going on to 4.5 stars, which is quite impressive. Since he has been at Bayern, he has stamped himself as an important player in the team, and he's delighted with the amount of game time he is getting, which is good because the way he's progressing, he needs to be in somebody's first team, and he fits right in at Bayern Munich. His value has shot up as a result of that £150 million that Bayern Munich have spent on him, so he is now rated at £78 million as a Wonderkid. Let's have a little look at his history and his stats. So bearing in mind we are playing him as a Mazzala, and you can see in his production that even though the goals aren't there, the assists that he has been producing are good for a player of his ability and his age. When you look across the seasons, he didn't miss a single Bundesliga game. In the first season, he had a total of 48 games for Dortmund. He only had 2 goals in competitive football. He had 5 assists, and he came out with a 6.86 average rating across the season. In the second season, he played 47 games, scored 2 goals, but he had 9 assists, and his average rating moved up slightly to 6.92, with a 6.96 in the league. And then in the final season, when he had his big move to Bayern Munich, he played 51 games in total, scoring 2 goals again, had 6 assists, and he came out with a 6.98 rating across the season, a 6.97 average rating in terms of the Bundesliga. Okay, so let's have a little look at his career achievements across the simulation. So in 2021, he was named in Borussia Dortmund's seasonal best 11. He went on to win the European Under-21 Championships with England. Before the following year, he was named in Borussia Dortmund's seasonal best 11. He was named in the 2022 Bundesliga Players Team of the Year and also in the Bundesliga's Team of the Year. He then had that move to Bayern Munich for £150 million in total. Became Borussia Dortmund's record sale when that move went through. It also became Bayern Munich's record signing when it went through. So he then won the German Super Cup with Bayern. He won his first international cap aged 19 against France in 2022. In real life, he actually beat that, and I think he's England's 3rd ever youngest international when he played against Republic of Ireland. So the game has a bit of catching up to do there. And then in the final season of the simulation, he was in the Next Gen rankings, where he won the Next Gen for 2022-23 season. He was inducted into the FC Bayern overall best 11 and named in the FC Bayern seasonal best 11. When we have a look at his stats and his attributes across all time, you can see that as a Mazzala, he has improved significantly as a player. I'm only 3 years into the simulation, and I believe there is so much more for Jude Bellingham to achieve in this game. I think I've only scratched the surface here. He's going to develop further and become one of the best midfielders in this game, I am sure. So in terms of a player in Football Manager, he improves quite a lot, quite quickly. I think that, as I've just said, he will become one of the best midfielders in the game. I also believe that in real life he has a good shot at doing that. He's at the right club with Borussia Dortmund to hone his talents. I think that both in-game and in real life he will only get better. He is doing the city of Birmingham proud, and I wish him all the best both at Dortmund and playing for England and everything in the future. So that brings to an end the player profile on Jude Bellingham. If you've enjoyed that, hit the subscribe button for future player profiles. If you liked today's video, hit the thumbs up button. If there's anything I've missed off or anything you want to know about this Jude Bellingham in this save, leave a comment in the box below. I'll try and get back to as many of you as I can. And until the next video, take care and stay safe.